do I have the permission to declare the convocation open? The convocation is open. Mrs. Malvika Rai, Chairperson, IILM, members of the Board of Governors, distinguished guests, faculty team, parents and graduating students, ladies and gentlemen. I have great pleasure in welcoming you all on this day of convocation ceremony. I am sure this is one of the most important occasions in your life where you all are eagerly waiting to hold the graduation certificate in your hand to chart the destiny of your career. This is also a day where you can take immense pride as it's a reflection of the passion, determination and hard work that you exhibited over a period of 2 years that has finally bore the fruits. I have no doubt that the fruits of your labor are going to be really sweet in the coming days. At the same time, it is equally important to be conscious of the fact that the world is changing fast and technology getting obsolete even before it completes its product life cycle. Adaptability and skill set requirements have become a major challenge due to this fast changing scenario and will continue to pose further challenge in the coming years. This has put the onus on all of you to be a continuous learner, and today it is just the beginning of that process and not an end. I strongly believe the capacity to learn is a great gift. The ability to learn is certainly a skill, and the willingness to learn is undoubtedly a choice. I am happy that at IILM, all of you have got this mixed absolutely right. As someone said, success in management requires learning as fast as the world is changing. The management education will therefore help you to think intensively, intelligently and critically. So keep your eyes wide open and ears closer to reality. Structure your thoughts and articulate it effectively before you act. Over the years, the approach to management education is changing and is evolving constantly. IILM is very proud of the fact that its curriculum is benchmarked with some of the best universities in the world. The focus is on experiential learning to make you industry ready and relevant. That has made IILM as one of the fastest growing business schools in India, in North India. Another milestone is the introduction of Chrysalis, a transformation program for personality development that will help the students to acquire and develop key personality traits that are as critical as the functional knowledge. I am proud to say that IILM continues to attract some of the best companies for placements. This year, we have further strengthened our placement team and introduced many more placement workshops and industries of interface. Today, IILM has more than 9,000 alumni across the country and outside, and many of them are holding very senior positions in some of the best companies in India and abroad. I am sure our young graduates will continue to create the difference in the corporate world to keep the IILM legacy and flag high. Lastly, it is important for you to focus and work towards a goal to be successful. As life is not going to be a bed of roses forever, you are bound to face challenges. But as managers, we have to face and overcome them. The only mantra you need to chant in such a situation is to keep telling yourself, I am possible. And that will make you stand out in the crowd. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. My heartiest congratulations to the graduating students and wishing you a long, successful and fruitful career journey. God bless you all.
Madam, may I now request you to award the postgraduate diploma in management to all the graduates who are present here.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as director, I award the postgraduate diploma in management to all the students who fulfill the requirements of the postgraduate program and are present here. I pray that forever in your life and conversations, you prove worthy of the same.
Madam, may I now request the graduates who could not be present in person today be please awarded the postgraduate diploma in absentia.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as director, I award the postgraduate diploma in management in absentia to all those successful students who are not present in person at this ceremony. I pray that forever in your life and conversation, you prove worthy of the same.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for the convocation ceremony here at IILM. It is my honor on this special day to offer a warm welcome to our esteemed guests, family members, graduating students and colleagues. Today marks an important day in your lives, conclusion of a student life, yet it is the beginning of a new corporate journey. Congratulations, class of 2017. You have earned this celebration today through your hard work and tenacity to join the illustrious group of IILM graduates. To get to this level was an important achievement in itself, to which I commend you all. The personal competencies that led you here, passion, commitment, perseverance, open minds to learn, will be important throughout your lives. And I can think of various examples where you have illustrated these traits, like Mosaic 2015, marketing, HR conferences with IILM, placement weeks, and other institutional events. The team spirit, the creativity, the excitement, these qualities made the event an unprecedented success. Nurture them. I sincerely advise that nurture them forever with you. The world you inherit is beset with great challenges. Change is upon you, whether we want it or we don't want it. Yet, I must say that you have the greatest opportunity in generations to be the architects and builders of a new world. You will not just be a cog in a big machine, as many of my generations were, but you will be a node in a vibrant network of engaged individuals. Make most of it. Your success will be sweeter and your disappointments will be easier to bear if you have the love and support of your family and friends. I end with this thought: whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power and magic in it. Begin it now. I wish you luck for all your future endeavors and looking forward to meet you in future with your big success stories. Congratulations once again to all of you. Madam, I now present the candidates from IILM Institute of Business and Management to be awarded the diploma. Akriti Ahluwalia. Akriti Ahluwalia is also a topper in Make in India. Aditya Singh, PG number 387. Aditya Singh, PG number 201. He is also the topper Make in India lecture. Akanksha Garg. Akanksha Garg is also topper in Marketing Service Operation, Project Management and Retailing. Akshasista Jaina. She is topper in the elective business data mining. Ashish Anand. Ashish Kumar Sinha. Deepak Chiraman. Dhruva Chakrabarti. Diksha Grover. Haripriya Chahar. Haripriya is also topper in the lecture Make in India, Enterprise Innovation through Collaborative Teamwork. Himanshu Khandelwal. Himanshu Khandelwal is area topper of Marketing and New Social Media, elected topper of Brand Management, Project Management, Executive Marketing Communication, E-commerce. Joydeep Sarkar. Mahima Jain. Mahima Jain is also topper in Social Media Marketing and Human Resource Information System. Nitika Bansal. Nitika Bansal has topped the elective corporate tax planning. Nikita Prabhas Agarwal. Nipun Mittal. Prem Kumar Goyal. Radhika Bansal. Radhika Bansal is also elected topper of Integrated Marketing Communication, Big Data and Critical Thinking, Total Quality Management, Social Media Marketing. Randeep Kumar Yadav. Richika Goyal. Richika is also elected topper of Dynamic Marketing Strategy. Riya Garg. Rohit Rajiv Jalan. Rohit is an area elected topper of Social Capital and Microfinance. Shweta. Shweta is elected topper of E-commerce, investing in emerging markets. Sadhnik Das. Sadhnik Das selected topper for project management, strategic sales management, customer relationship management. Sakshi Jain. Saminder Pal Singh Grover. Shanki Batra. Shanki is elected topper of Business Marketing and Sales and Dynamic Marketing Strategy. Sheetal Yadav. Sheetal Yadav is an elected topper of Compensation Management. Sheetlata General. Shivanshu Agarwal. Shivanshu Agarwal is also area topper of technology and operations and elected topper of e-business system development. Shreya Mukherjee. Shreya Mukherjee is elective topper of private equity and venture capital, SCU and Google AdWords, financial planning and wealth management, marketing management, private equity management. Siddharth Sood. Sonakshi Nagpal. Sonakshi Nagpal is also elected topper of integrated marketing communication. Sonam Yadav. Sonia Singh. Sonia Singh is also elected topper of management financial firms and negotiation analysis. Saurabh Sharma. Saurabh Sharma is also elected topper of design and development of web-based products and services. Sudhanshu Mewati. Sudhanshu Mewati is also elected topper of strategy management. Sukanya Devi. Sukanya is also elected topper of business data mining. Tanya Batra. Vaishali Gupta. Vaishali is also elected topper of Human Resource Information System. Vijaydeep Hasnuna. Vijaydeep is also elected topper of working capital management, business data analysis, total quality management and business data mining. Bharti Goyal. Bharti is also elected topper of employee performance management, human resource planning and acquisition, talent management and big data and critical thinking. Shabnam Sindhu. Vivek Naran. Vivek is also elected topper of marketing concept in digital world, marketing of services, transforming business through social media and OTT. Juhi Gupta. Manila Verma. Shreya Verma. Vishakha Goyal. Vishakha is also topper in elective global leadership and effective people management. Ankita Jain. Ankita is also topper in the elective e-business system and development. Shweta Bansal. Shweta Bansal is also topper in the elective managing financial firms. Shubham Agarwal. Shubham Agarwal is also topper in the elective enterprise resource planning, business quality management, creating value through corporate restructuring, international finance, supply chain management. Anmol Singh. Rashika. Anish Goyal. Rashika. Malika. Sonam. Prashant Tomar. Prashant is also India Topper of OBHR Leadership and Negotiation. Rashi Gupta. Shivika. Nandini. Ankita. Ankit. Akshita Jalodhra. Jalaj Jain. Divya. Shalini. Srishti. Sir, may I now request you to award the postgraduate diploma in management to all the graduates who are present here.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Director, I award the postgraduate diploma in management to all the students who fulfill the requirements of the postgraduate program that are present here. I think that forever in your life and conversations, you prove worthy of the same.
Sir, may I now request that the graduates who could not be present in person today may please be awarded the postgraduate diploma in absentia.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the director, I award the postgraduate diploma in management in absentia to all those successful students who are not present in person at the ceremony. I pray that forever in your life and conversations you prove worthy of the same.
Honorable Chairperson, Senior Directors and Directors of IILM, distinguished guests, faculty colleagues and staff, my dear graduating students and parents of the graduating students, wish you a very good afternoon. It is an honor to welcome you all in this August gathering. Students all over the world wait for this big day, the day of convocation. This day is important for the students as well as for the institution. It is indeed a proud moment for us to see young ladies and gentlemen coming out with flying colors with the diploma in their hands, all set to begin a new journey. As young graduates, you are about to embark on your own extraordinary journey and create your own life adventures. I congratulate you for the hard work and the pressure of examinations that you all have taken. However, you must be thinking these high-pressure examinations are over. But in reality, it starts now. A new chapter is about to begin. A myriad of new challenges and options are on your horizons. There are two different paths you can take now after graduation. Either you can aspire to build big things and move ahead in life very fast, or decide to ride a very comfortable journey bearing no risk. Most of you are taught to think big, build rocket ships by being patient and persistent, and most importantly, be around people who want to build rocket ships. That is how you will succeed. I urge you to be focused and serious while trying to achieve your goal. However, in this process, don't make your life too serious. This is only the beginning. You are now going from a closed and protected classroom to an open classroom. Do keep coming to your alma mater and share your success stories with us. Congratulations once again. Madam, I now present the candidates from IILM Institute for Higher Education to be awarded the diploma. Akash Bharadwaj. Arushi N. Arushi is also the elective topper of Integrated Marketing Communication. Ayush Shanija. Ayush Shanija is also the topper of Big Data and Critical Thinking elective. Akash Agarwal has topped in the area of the elective of Business Analysis and Valuation using financial statements. Akshay Garg. Aman Garg. Aman Gumte. Andreas Illes. He has topped in the area of finance and accounting and is also the elective topper of corporate financial management and operation analytics. Anjali Arora. She has topped in the elective of sales and distribution management. Ankur Rohita. Arjun Bharadwaj. Arjun Mehta. Arjun Mehta is topped in the elective of rural marketing. Arushi N. She She has taught in the area of sales and distribution management. Bharti Bansal. Riku Khanna. He has taught in the area in the elective of digital marketing strategy. Chanchal Adhana. She has taught in the elective of talent management. Charanjit Singh. Iragar. Disha Satish Agarwal. Divya Khatta. Farhan Ahmed. Farhan has taught in the elective of business analysis and valuation using financial statements. Harsh Gupta. He has also taught in the elective of business analysis and valuation using financial statements. Harshit Tandon. Himanshu Shocking. Dijo George. Dijo has taught in the elective of customer relationship management and e-commerce. Karan Gupta. He has taught in the elective of global leadership and effective people management, customer relationship management, retailing and strategic sales management. Aninika Bhatia. She has taught in the elective of international business. Lochan Surana. She is various over of technology and operations, and she has taught in the elective of competing globally, marketing management, digital media communication, brand management, sales and distribution management, retailing as well as operation analytics. Rubhani Malik. She has taught in the elective of enterprise innovation. Manas Nair. Manish Verma. Mohammad Sari Qureshi. Navneet Kaur. She has taught in the area of OBHR leadership and negotiation, and she is the topper in the electives of compensation management, industrial relations and level of global leadership and effective people management, digital media communication, brand management, strategic sales management, digital marketing strategy, social quality management as well as project management. Nitika Dargan. She has taught in the elective of corporate financial management as well as dynamic marketing strategy. Arun Ala. She has taught in the elective of international financial management, digital media communication. Piyush Goyal. He has taught in the elective of future and options. Prachi Katra. She has taught in the elective of dynamic marketing strategy, supply chain management and operation analytics. Pragya Arora. She has taught in the elective of competing globally, big data analytics and marketing, business data mining and decision making model. Pooja Patwaria. She has taught in the elective of effective people management, integrated marketing communication, and mobile and location-based marketing. Credit N. He has taught in the elective of rural marketing and business analysis and valuation using financial statements. Thanks, Goel. Shreya, he has taught in the electives of working capital management, retailing, Internet of Things, as well as operation analytics. Ronak Singh, he has taught in the elective of digital media communication. Rishabh Chopra has taught in the elective of financial planning and wealth management. Arvind Ang, he has taught in the elective of integrated marketing communication. Sahil Khatri, he has taught in the elective of digital media communication and rural marketing. Sahil Purana, he has taught in the elective of customer relationship management and retailing. Saloni Jagdi, she has taught in the elective of customer relationship management and luxury marketing. Samiksha Gupta, she has taught in the electives of human resource planning and acquisition, human resource information systems, negotiation, global leadership and effective people management, retailing, dynamic marketing strategy, luxury marketing and total quality management. Satyajit Ghosh is the area topper of economics, international business and strategy. He has also the elective topper of managing financial firms, mobile and location-based marketing, business at the base of pyramid, international business, and business analysis and valuation using financial statements. Rani Kadelwar, she is the elective topper in big data analytics and management. Shreya Jain, she has taught in the elective of e-commerce and international business. Shreya Singh, she has taught in the elective of enterprise innovation. Srishti Kulshrestha, she has taught in the elective of financial planning and wealth management, retailing and customer insights. Siddharth Raghav is the topper in the area of marketing, new and social media. He has also taught in the elective of brand management, dynamic marketing strategy, mobile and location-based marketing, digital marketing strategy, enterprise resource planning, project management, supply chain management, as well as operation analysis. Obya Muttal, she has taught in the elective of big data analytics and management. Srishti Punani, she has taught in the elective of luxury marketing, business at the base of pyramid, and enterprise innovation. Vishal Chaudhary, Ankita Karmakar, Tanvi Srivastava, Sheikh Fazil, he has taught in the elective of investing in emerging markets, pricing strategy and make in India. Tanya Garg, Richard N, she has taught in the elective of marketing of services, Richa has taught in the elective of marketing of services and enterprise innovation. Sonakshi Adar, Shalini Bhatki, Srishti Tyagi, Garima Bhattacharya, Vishal Rathi, he has taught in the electives of Vishal Rathi has topped in the electives of Managing Financial Firm, Internet of Things, International Business, as well as Operation Analytics. Sahil Sagar, Ulancho, Sahil Bajaj, Sanjana Saini. Manish Kumar, Madam. Rijul Cycle, Atish A, Pavan Chikata, Divya Chaudhary, Gurjeet Kaur, Kartik Sharma, Himanshi Sharma, Srishti Unkeef, Madam, may I now request you to award the postgraduate diploma in management to all the graduates who are present here.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Director, I award the postgraduate diploma in management to all the students who fulfill the requirement of postgraduate program and are present here. I pray that forever in your life and conversation, you prove worthy of the same.
Madam, may I now request that the graduates who could not be present in person today may please be awarded the postgraduate diploma in absentia.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Director, I award the postgraduate diploma in management in absentia to all the successful students who are not present in person at the ceremony. I pray that forever in your life and conversation, you prove worthy of the same.
I have a small list of students who just made it to the campus. I'll read out the names. Anmol Johari, Veena Singh, Anshul Sahu, Nikhil Mohandas, Renu Devi, Ashwini Mishra, Rahul Paul, Danish Seth, Danish Chabra, Ruby Beck, Anjul Popo, Sajid Bhatt. Thank you.
Mrs. Malvika Rai, Chairperson IILM, members of our Board of Governors, distinguished guests, proud parents, colleagues, and their graduating students. On behalf of the IILM fraternity, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you for Convocation 2017. Today is an important day in the lives of all the graduating students, most of you who have assembled in this auditorium, and some of you who could not make it today. I congratulate each one of you for the hard work, patience, perseverance, and diligence you have shown. I congratulate your parents for nurturing your ambitions and being the pillars of strength in your lives to get you to this milestone. Convocation is an opportunity to come together and take a resolve to move forward. As you proceed in your lives, I hope you will continue to learn and reflect upon how you are changing even as you change the world around you. I'm sure you will treasure all the efforts that others have put in to get you to where you are today. Remember to thank those who supported you and return that by supporting others to achieve their best. This is not the end of your learning. Keep the student mindset alive in you so that you can scale greater heights in your profession. Your success is going to be your humility. You are the ones who will not only make your own destiny, but have a say in the entire country's destiny. At IILM, we believe this to be the passage for you from student to alumni. You are forever the members of IILM community. We will be proud in associating with you as the IILM alumni class of 2017. IILM alumni class of 2017. Do return every once in a while to share your knowledge, experience, and success stories. We wish you great success, tremendous happiness, and a life filled with learning, peace, and happiness. Congratulations, and I wish you well in all your future endeavors. Thank you, and may God bless you all. Summer internship has always been an integral part of our curriculum, and it has been a critical step in the process of enhancing your credentials and landing a full-time job. IILM recognizes 3 best summer internships every year for the quality of training in job, persistence, passion, and sincerity towards summer internship. May I now request Dr. Bhaskar Chatterjee to present the awards. The Best Summer Internship Award from IILM Institute for Higher Education goes to Pooja Parvaria for internship on human resource practices, talent acquisition at Marks and Spencer. The Best SIP Award from IILM Institute for Business and Management goes to Mr. Satwik Das for his internship on market assessment of bakery facts at Power India Private Limited. Best SIP from IILM Graduate School of Management goes to Manisha Singh for internship on Big Data Analytics at Bharat. Thank you, sir. Thank you all. We shall break for tea and we shall reassemble sharp at 4 p.m. I request you all to please reassemble sharp at 4 p.m.
Ankit Arora, Dinesh Kumar, Mayank Chugh, Vishal Arora,
Very nice.
Sayam Setia,
Shivani, chief guest आ रहा है. Just row, something.
Achal, Mishika Bobara, Diksha Bansal, Diksha Mittal, Nikita Thakur,
Multi. That's always good.
Rakshita, Sukriti Arya, Abhay Talwar, it's also Gurgaon campus. Thank you.
May I have your attention please? Just after the end of the convocation ceremony, all of the students will go to the front lawns for a group photograph. So we will start with maybe IGSM. So first we will have IGSM students moving to the front lawn. We will have a group photograph with the chief guest and the chairperson. Then Gurgaon and Lodi Road. Please quickly move as soon as the ceremony gets over. There is no waiting period for that. Am I understood? Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mr. Bharat Kaushal, Managing Director, Hitachi India Private Limited, Mrs. Malvika Rai, members of IILM Board of Governors, distinguished guests, proud parents, colleagues and dear graduating students. On behalf of IILM fraternity, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to our annual convocation of class 2017. Today marks the culmination of an enduring journey by our graduating students. Graduation in itself is not an end goal. It is instead a part of larger journey of life. It is the beginning of a fascinating yet challenging new journey as a qualified business professional. On this occasion, we are fortunate to have amongst us Mr. Bharat Kaushal, the Managing Director of Hitachi India. He has a unique distinction of being the first Indian Managing Director of Hitachi. A distinguished business professional, Mr. Kaushal has over 25 years of industry experience, specializing in macroeconomic policy, government advisory, project finance, debt restructuring, as well as in mergers and acquisitions. He is currently a member of Indo-Japan Task Force set up by the two governments and is a convener of Financial Strategy Group, which works in close coordination with Japanese government and private sector institutions pursuing business opportunities in India. Mr. Kaushal has worked with Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation for 20 years as an investment banker. He is an alumnus of Columbia University, where he pursued a Master's in International Affairs, and Northeastern University, where he secured a Master's in Business Administration. He graduated from St. Stephen's College, Delhi. Sir, we are extremely honored and privileged to have you here today. I would like to take this opportunity to very briefly highlight some of IILM's major achievements during the last year. It gives me immense pride to share that, based on the report and recommendations of peer review team and the Association of Management Development Institutes AMDISA of South Asia, has awarded the prestigious SCQS re-accreditation to IILM for a period of 5 years. Our Greater Noida campus has been given the member status by ASCSB and started the process of accreditation. The institute is also accredited by National Board of Accreditation and in the final stages of NAC accreditation. IILM has been a member of United Nations Global Compact Initiative (PRME) since 2009. This July, during the Global Forum in New York, PRME launched the India chapter with IILM as a co-lead along with Indian Institute of Management Bangalore and SPJ Institute of Management Mumbai. This is indeed a great honor for us. IILM offers a wide range of executive education programs on various platforms. We have organized training programs for IAS and IPS officers for over 10 years. We are also conducting customized training programs for leading PSUs like NTPC, GAIL, NBCC, BHEL, and Engineers India Limited. We have also been training executives of IBM and Concentrix and other corporates. In the last 3 years, we have trained 5,000 executives from PSUs and corporates. Keeping in mind the background of our students, IILM has set up a Center for Excellence in Family Business. IILM Family Business Institute is an institutional member of Family Firm Institute Chicago, which is a well-known organization in the area. The center will take up research and training and will provide platform for discussions through conferences and seminars, which will help students, alumni, and parents. We have also constituted an entrepreneurship development center with a primary aim of encouraging entrepreneurial mindset among students. The center organizes one-on-one interaction with students, workshops and simulations, and sessions with entrepreneurs to guide and mentor them for their ventures. Another integral part of our PGDM curriculum is the Global Study Program. All our students attend a 4 weeks program at one of our international partners in Europe or Canada. Over the year, we have sent our students to our partner schools in Germany, France, Spain, and Canada. The learning has proved to be of great value to our students, and we intend to strengthen this in years to come. We also have a Visiting Eminent Professors program, which is designed to provide opportunity for our students and faculty to interact with distinguished academicians from reputed institutes in India and abroad. In the last academic year, over 15 international professors from our partner institutes have conducted courses at IILM. On today's event and highlights of the graduating batch, 296 students of PG class of 2017 are being conferred their diplomas in management. Our aim has been to optimally utilize the time they have spent with us and maximize the learning experience. We have made efforts to engage industry actively in the program by means of visiting professionals from industry, curriculum seminars, and involving a number of alumni and recruiters in all our activities. Placement for the batch 2017 has been a rewarding experience. IILM has initiated a number of additional steps for widening placement choices for our students by active engagement with a number of companies. Some of our students have also started their own ventures or joined their family business, and we look forward to them generating new opportunities for others in near future. Dear students, you all have accomplished one of the major milestones in your life. The graduation has already shown how capable you are of achieving your goals when you commit yourself to them. We feel a sense of pride to see your transition from students to professionals. The world you inherit poses great challenges and huge responsibilities. Change is inevitable, whether you want it or not. The Institute, through our curriculum, has strived to promote individuality and innovative thinking. This would help you to be the architects of a new world. Do remember, you belong to a small group who are equipped to take such challenging roles. This goes beyond having a job in company or any other organization. This requires you to remain connected with the society, embrace the challenges, and get ahead with the change. We are all excited to watch you step into the real world and become creators of the future. But for now, on behalf of this faculty, this community, and the proud profession of which you shall soon be a part of, congratulations. Come back and see us, and when you do, bring stories. My best wishes and prayers for your success in life. Thank you.
The teacher is a mediator between the knower and the known, between the learner and the subject to be learned. In his book, Pedagogy of the Oppressed, Paulo Freire posited that the most successful teachers are those that understand that learning is a two-way endeavor in which students take on the role of teachers and teachers take on the role of students. The result of this convergence of roles, Freire writes, is act of cognition, not transference of information. It is liberating for both students and faculty. The role of teachers has shifted from being a subject matter expert who transmits information to acting as a facilitator of student learning in the knowledge creation. IILM every year recognizes the efforts of two of the faculty members, each for core and elective for 3 campuses, for their contribution in teaching learning process during the session gone by. May I now request the Honorable Chief Guest for the ceremony, Mr. Bharat Kaushal, and the Chairperson, Mrs. Malvika Rai, to kindly present the awards. The Best Teacher Award for Core Module at IILM IJSM is Professor Rajkishan Nayak.
Thank you for this recognition. From the most scary, frightening teacher, that's what you tell us. This means a lot. Thanks, IILM. Thank you, sir, for always trusting me. I've always maintained that the teacher-student relationship is as sacred, as sanctified as the relationship between a parent and a child. This recognition reinforces my trust in that. I would have shouted you out of the class for not completing the readings, might have closed the door at you for not coming in at time, lot of such things. Finally, you're here as graduating young men and women ready to face the world. You've heard a lot of advices and suggestions. I have just one thing to tell you. There's an old prayer which I have grown up with. It's in Malayalam. I'll just translate it. I'll just read out the Malayalam and then translate. It'll take 1 minute. Devame Kaithoram Kelkumaragam. It translates, O Almighty God, my humble salutation. May you kindly listen to my prayers. നല്ല കാര്യങ്ങളിൽ പ്രേമം ഉണ്ടാകണം. May I always impart compassion and love to all. നല്ല വാക്കോതുവാൻ ത്രാണി ഉണ്ടാകണം. O Lord, provide me courage to talk only good words. കൃത്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുവാൻ ശ്രദ്ധയുണ്ടാകണം. May I be provided with the right conviction to do my duties. സത്യം പറഞ്ഞിടാൻ ശക്തി ഉണ്ടാകണം. Finally, but not the least, and give me strength to talk the truth always. The world would not have shortage for great managers. I know you'll all become great managers, great professionals, but the world has an absolute shortage of good human beings. Be a good human being. All the best.
The Best Teacher Award for Core Module at IILM Institute for Business and Management goes to Professor Ruchi Shah.
Thank you so much. I really feel honorable being here with you at this cusp, which is a very, very charmed moment for all of our lives. Today, you gain alumni status, and which is more power-packed than anything else. Inconsequential to iterate that we have witnessed several emotions, lows and highs. But we all now know that life is all about love-hate transactions. And I strongly recommend you that keep doing what you love without settling in for any substitute. If you have to expedite your hate to gain back love, just do that. Just do that, because life is the only miracle we had been searching for, living for. Thank you so much. Just the last line, that in the age of IoT, I would not say stay connected, for we will stay connected. See you.
The Best Teachers Award from IILM Institute for Higher Education for Core Module goes to Professor Rahul Mishra.
Thank you. I'm quite speechless. I don't know what to talk about. But let me leave you with this thought that whatever we have taught you, that is going to be redundant in next 10 years. And it's very difficult. So what is going to take you forward is that if you can ask the right questions, and if you've imbibed in this class or at college, if you can grasp or critically analyze problems, and also you can do things which can make society much better. Thank you.
The Best Teachers Award for Elective Module from IILM Graduate School of Management goes to Professor Raju Majumdar.
I've already spoken so much, and the last 2 years I have been going on. One big thank you for this recognition. For a change, I have one of my teachers today, Professor Pandit. Sir, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for this. Do good in life, and life will pay you back, surely. Thank you.
The The Best Teachers Award from IILM Institute for Business and Management for elective module goes to Professor Pinky Goswami.
First of all, my heartiest congratulations to all of you who have graduated today. I'm sure you must have really waited for this moment, but I'll ask you to go back to your past to see the efforts of so many who have helped you to reach this position. I request you to now give back to the world what you received. You may gain a lot of power, but learn to respect the least powerful. It'll really talk volumes about you. My earnest request to all my students that life is all about learning, and any difficult day only makes your learning better. With this, I once again request you to change the world by changing the me to we. Thank you very much.
The Best Teachers Award for elective module from IILM Institute for Higher Education goes to Professor Malvika Sharma.
Indeed, it's very special. At this point of time, I feel, speaking here for 1 week is very difficult than staying in the classroom. I'm so happy. Thank you, IILM. Thank you, my colleagues, my senior colleagues at the workplace for guiding me. This is indeed special. Students, thank you. This is your day, but you have made my day also very special. God bless you. Thank you. IILM is pleased to recognize its alumnus Mr. Anil V. Valecha from our PGDM batch of 1998. This honor is bestowed upon him for his outstanding accomplishments in his chosen field of endeavor, thus bringing honor and prestige to his fellow alumni and alumni. Mr. Valecha is Senior Service Delivery Leader, Financial Operations, American Express. Mr. Valecha, we are extremely grateful. I now request Mr. Valecha to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Dr. Smita, Dr. Shivani, Ma'am Malvika. No matter where we are, you will always be Ma'am Malvika. Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this forum. Feels great, and feels great especially so because this happens to be a place where I've spent the two most eventful, exciting, action-packed, and I would definitely say professionally enriching years of my student life. This really forms the foundation for where we want to go in future, where I am. I owe it all to this institution. Today, especially for the class that's graduating, you already have a rock-solid launch pad. You already have an established credibility as far as your academic credentials go in the industry. Please make the most use of it. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Anil Valecha. I graduated from the 96 to 98 batch. Thereafter worked for about 6 years with GE Capital, and the last 13 years have been with American Express, primarily in the areas of financial operations and backroom support for the parent organization. But I would also like to mention that besides what we've learned as part of our curriculum, it's very important to take risks with our own capabilities and not necessarily keep associated ourselves
with what our primary, as you say, the majors have been. For example, I've been into ERP deployments, I've been into accounting guidance, I've been into financial operations. The point that I'm trying to tell the people who are graduating is take risks with your careers, take risks with your capabilities, try to reach out and get out of your comfort zone, try to take on responsibilities which you think you'll not be able to accomplish, and to your surprise, believe you me, you'll be able to accomplish what you would have never thought of. With this, I would just want to say that I wish you all the best. The future lies ahead of you. The industry has more to offer than you could ever imagine. So make the most of it. I know for sure each one of you is going to make this institution and all of us very, very proud. Wish you all the best and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Valencia. Sir, I now present those meritorious students to you who have been adjudged for the award of Dr. Kulwant Rai Gold and Silver Medals for overall excellence in academics and co-curricular activities. The Dr. Kulwant Rai Gold Medal is awarded to the student who obtains the highest marks in the postgraduate diploma in each campus. The Dr. Kulwant Rai Silver Medal is presented to the student who, in addition to being amongst the highest in academics, also excels in co-curricular activities in the college. I request our chairperson and our chief guest to please give away the medal and certificates to your deserving candidates. Dr. Kulwant Rai Gold Medal for overall academic excellence at IILM Lodi Road is awarded to Ms. Navneet Kaur. Dr. Kulwant Rai Silver Medal for academic and co-curricular excellence is awarded to Ms. Lochan Surana. Dr. Kulwant Rai Gold Medal for overall academic excellence at IILM Gurgaon is awarded to Mr. Shubham Agarwal. Dr. Kulwant Rai Silver Medal for academic and co-curricular excellence is awarded to Mr. Sagnik Das. Dr. Kulwant Rai Gold Medal for overall academic excellence at IILM Graduate School of Management is awarded to Mr. Joseph Davis. Dr. Kulwant Rai Silver Medal for academic and co-curricular excellence is awarded to Mr. Sajid Bharat. Dr. Kulwant Rai Gold Medal for overall academic excellence at IILM Center for Management Studies is awarded to Mr. Ravi Kumar Vijayvargiya. So this year we had the opportunity of having 3 officers from defense services attending the PGDM program. On this occasion, we are honored to felicitate Colonel Sanjay Kumar with a certificate of academic excellence for his extraordinary sincerity and commitment towards academic and academic. Sir, I now request you to kindly deliver the convocation address.
My fellow students, Annual Rai, Mrs. Malvika Rai, Mr. Sivaramakrishnan, Dr. Tarana Gautam, and Dr. Smita Girija, Professor Raju Majumdar, Board of Directors, members of the faculty, and proud parents, very good evening. And to my young friends, 296, all for whom we are together here to celebrate this big day. You couldn't have asked for a bigger blessing. It's Ganesh Chaturthi today, and that's perhaps the most auspicious signal. So God bless you all. You know, it's a privilege for me to be here with you in this celebration, and it's an honor for me to be called by an academic institution. I think an academic institution is always maybe one of the highest points of recognition that one receives personally as part of his own growth. But with IILM, my association has been ever since it was born in 1993. I've known it reach many celebrated pedestals, as one has to also thank important roles played by the younger generation of the Rai family, Anand and Arti. Thank you very much for this contribution. I was on the flight a few hours ago, maybe just 1.5 hours ago, and I was thinking what to say to the smarter of the lot of an already very intelligent generation. And I said that maybe I should think and not leave them with something which is just theory, but share something about what I have learned in my own journey. So when I talk about myself, I'm only letting you know what I've done so that I can share the learnings that I've made from there, some of the observations which may be relevant for you today, and some of those which you can reflect upon as you move in life. You know, I worked for 25 years, 20 of them with Sumitomo Mitsui Bank. And for 15 years I was just dedicated in investment banking, starting with Hong Kong, Singapore, setting up a non-banking finance company called SMBC Capital India, setting up
World Bank.
Yeah, thank you. So I set up a private equity fund. I made an investment as the largest shareholder in the banking space for Kotak Mahindra Bank. Applied for a full banking license, and that's when I graduated to becoming in 2012 the CEO of Sumitomo Mitsui Bank, which brings you from a salesman to a compliance officer's role when you have to report to so many regulators. And after that, I was chairman of Sumitomo Bank till end of May this year, where it is just not bank but cross-section of regulators from SEBI and RBI to Japan Financial Services Authority and New York Stock Exchange where we were listed. My basic learning from all of this journey was to learn best practices. I just realized that in this whole thing, I had learned how good institutions are built and how good institutions function. And I also learned that sometimes you have to maintain a balance as a leader of an international organization working in a specific region between profit and growth. It's sometimes dichotomous that profit drivers to keep the cash finger on is equally important to keep your own relevance and for others to have confidence in you. But the growth journey sometimes is more time taking, and you have to maintain both of them so that eventually there's synonymity between growth and profit. You also learn that in this very rapidly changing environment, the only way to future-proof institutions is to make human capital the predominant stakeholder in the success of your organization. By training, I'm an economist and a lawyer. I grew up here in Lodi Estate, right across, going to modern school in St. Stephen's College. And I worked with the economic policy unit of the International Monetary Fund. I then got an assignment to be strategy advisor in the Department of Economic Affairs, which ran simultaneously with my role in Sumitomo Bank in Hong Kong, and I had a room here in the Department of Economic Affairs. I then became part of the whole journey of Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor and the freight corridors and all of that, and worked closely with Mr. Modi because he was 40% of the Delhi-Mumbai corridor ran through Gujarat, and he was perhaps the most proactive supporter of the big infrastructure project. And now I work on the task force set up by the Prime Minister and the Financial Strategy Group. I made a lot of learnings in this journey too. First of all, the appreciation of the balance that one has to maintain while making public policy, and make sure that the displacement is minimalistic. But you have to be always seen as the driver of the growth engine. And then I also had some interesting experiences of moving and treading through journeys which were moving from the known to the unknown, really. At one point in the Finance Minister's office, maybe in 1999 or 2000, we were asked to finally have a unified telecom license. And there was no example in the world of a unified telecom license, so the table of contents was not ready. And on another instance, my principal job was to promote foreign investments coming into India. And the Tata Group, through the tea company, asked to buy Tetley in the UK, which meant Reserve Bank of India should allow sanctioning equity to go out of the country, which was the reverse of my role, and half of them were ready to say blasphemous, what are you doing? This is not your job. But it was a great learning experience, because that's when the journey of Indian companies becoming global companies really began on a big footing, and we've seen so many mergers and acquisitions subsequently. I'm also a sportsman. I entered St. Stephen's College as a sports case, and I was a swimmer all along. I was very serious at the national and the Asia camp. I had a room in Nehru Stadium as part of that camp. But I learned not to give up. I learned when I don't win the first time, I learned not to give up. Just stay on with it. And I also learned that I'm only as good as my team is. So let's make the best investment in the people business of linking yourself, making good relationships. So these were the learnings that I made in that journey. And what I want to leave you with is that you have to set a goalpost for yourself. This is a watershed moment. You've culminated a whole lot of the grinding that has gone on to today, and embark on a sort of a big opportunity matrix, from your own businesses to envisioning ideas and starting up your own ventures, to companies and institutions where you'll find jobs and work and learn in every sphere. But leadership is an important goalpost. And the only way to set that goalpost is to start taking ownership from the first day. You have to put your heart in where your mind is. Not every job is so intellectually fertile, not every job is going to be so stimulating right in the beginning, but it's important to take ownership, just as a character building bit in a professional journey. You must take ownership, you must stay solidly woven to what you believe in, and that will show result. Every leadership position is not about Prime Minister's job and CEO's job. There's leadership at every level. And it's finally an aggregate of all these decisions that leadership is about. So you have to pay attention and work it even in a job as though this is your own company. And finally, somewhere recognition, sincerity will fall in place. The other thing that I want to say to you is about learning. My first day at St. Stephen's College, I had a very senior, an institution in himself, Professor Mohammad Amin, who took our orientation lesson. And he says that in Detroit at the Ford Motor Car Company, there was a gentleman who walks in, buys a new car, which said, okay, test it. And 30 meters away from the Ford Motor Car Company, the car stops. So because Mr. Henry Ford is also there, so he goes and says, look, I just bought the car. And Ford was the biggest thing going in that age in the United States. So it was tested, and they said, oh, it doesn't have petrol. So he said, how did it push for this distance? And Mr. Ford goes, because its name was Ford. So what I'm trying to say here is that Professor Amin's idea was, this is St. Stephen's College. This will give you so much of a push in life. But if you will keep putting more gasoline into the vehicle, you'll enjoy Ford at every turn of your life. So you have to build on yourself constantly. And I'm standing in front of you. I'm going through a reinvention myself. I've moved with 25 years of experience in financial services. Now I'm facilitating other people's business, to running my own business at Hitachi. And this is a very Japanese thing, but many of you may not even know. Hitachi has 31 companies in India, more than 15,000 people, and maybe a $4 billion of revenue. Starting from railway company, doing the Delhi Freight Corridor, the Delhi Metro, the various other metro projects across the country, the bullet train which will get announced next month, to defense and nuclear, to automotive, metals and chemicals manufacturing, to logistics, and huge in the digital space. Hitachi has something called Lumada, which is an IoT platform recognized by Silicon Valley as one of the finest in the world in 2017. Which means that it's like a combination in the American company matrix of GE and IBM coming together. So, learning from this and reinventing when it's required. I was 48 when I got this opportunity. And I've turned 49 now in July. But this was a reinvention for me. And I've been sort of almost airdropped in the middle of a jet stream. Everything is going on, the businesses are going on, and they're very, very varied and very different. And I'm just trying to learn more and more. And when I'm asked to speak to someone else, I'm trying to think which one and what to say. And the last, or the final bit, is about social evolution. I think when you look at this whole evolution that we are undergoing, it's a balance of continuity and change forever. It's always been like that. But just this time, the word progressive disruption has made the whole thing tilted so much towards change. Everything has been thrown up. Redundancy is so embedded in the shelf life of every thought that is being put that it's just going to die. And this is how education will be. This is how skilling will mean. This is how manufacturing and make in India and other things will be. We did an interaction with CEOs for Mr. Modi on Monday and Tuesday, and one of the bits that is very important in this is to identify medium-term visibility on what is point infinity. Everything is being checked already. So you don't know where is going to be point infinity, but every time you will keep revising, but have some visibility so that you can make policies, you can have more consistency, remove the tentativeness that automatically comes with the disruption. So there are a whole lot of things. Some of them will be relevant to you today. Some of them you can, as I said, reflect upon when you come to different points and different opportunities and different crossroads in life. But it's important to understand that everything is not always going to be smooth. Everything is not this semester improving into the next semester sometimes. Sometimes you have to stay put. In professional life, there is a gap sometimes between capability and recognition. Sometimes recognition takes a while to catch up with capability. You're growing and you're getting a little bit tired of not getting recognized because you want that to come. That is the wealth that you have, really. You've grown, both in your mind and in your contribution. And you have to stay put, hold fort. Everything will happen and newer things will open. And I swear to God, I have never applied either to Hitachi or to Sumitomo or to anything. As Mr. Keval Ramani said, I was at the World Bank IMF coming here to make a presentation in 1996 at the finance minister's office, and I see Sumitomo Bank wanting to open up in India, and the chairman and everyone's there to see the finance minister. My job at that time was to present a quarterly report about country economic memorandum. These were 6 years of the Manmohan Singh reform. There were a lot of serious results that were positive. First time to post. And they said, why don't you talk to them? Why don't you share what is going on? And India has really changed. And they invite me for a dinner at the Hyatt Regency in the evening, and then I'm part of Sumitomo Bank after that. And here I've been working with Hitachi for 10 years, just as a soldier of SMBC, Sumitomo Mitsui Bank, working on Delhi-Mumbai corridor and desalination project, and solar projects and defense and power, and more recently in education. And something in payments. Hitachi is the biggest payment provider in India, both in cash and non-cash. State Bank of India or anybody, wallets, banks, interoperability, everything is on that back end. So there were things which were coming together. Suddenly, in the last visit to the Prime Minister in November, when the nuclear deal got signed, I'm told that, maybe he's Bharat, he will make India your home. Bharat means India or something. And now here I am at Hitachi. So things have their own way of finding the energy and finding how they reach to you. And everything doesn't have to be planned, even though you have to be very diligent and you have to keep organizing yourself in the smaller and medium term outlook. But the opportunities are really opening, and it's not like this before. I came from a government background, and I went to St. Stephen's College, always thinking that I will join the civil service because that's the thing that you knew. Live in Lodi Estate, take one Sujan Singh Park special, go to St. Stephen's College. The whole thing is just set. Everyone's talking about what the newspaper says, what new books to read. That was the only thing. The whole mindset, your friends, everybody from Bharati Nagar and Rabindra Nagar and all of that, just the same thing. And parents also were encouraging. It's just that at college I got some scholarship to go to a Harvard joint program at that point, and I went and finally went to Northeastern and Harvard's program, did an MBA, and things changed from there. But my interest in India, and I say this to the Japanese all the time, that I'm a good person to be your team member, because I'm a very proud Indian. And because I am, thank you. So I'll not just go on. I know this is a very big day. This is your day. I've come here to be part of that celebration, but also to share with you that all of us are standing with you. There is a whole lot of powerhouse in layer 1 and layer 2 and layer 3, which is with you. And this is a momentous day in where it has brought you. This is also a very auspicious day, as I said, of Ganesh Chaturthi. So you couldn't have asked for anything more. Just believe in yourself and go. God bless you.
So do we have your permission to declare the convocation closed? Thank you. I declare the convocation closed. I request all to please rise in their seats for the national anthem.
Take ownership. You must stay solidly woven to what you believe in, and that will show result. Every leadership position is not about Prime Minister's job and CEO's job. There's leadership at every level, and it's finally an aggregate of all these decisions that leadership is about. So you have to pay attention and work it even in a job as though this is your own company. And finally, somewhere recognition, sincerity will fall in place. The other thing that I want to say to you is about learning. My first day at St. Stephen's College, I had a very senior, an institution in himself, Professor Mohammad Amin, who took our orientation lesson. And he says that in Detroit at the Ford Motor Car Company, there was a gentleman who walks in, buys a new car, which said, okay, test it. And 30 meters away from the Ford Motor Car Company, the car stops. So because Mr. Henry Ford is also there, so he goes and says, look, I just bought the car. And Ford was the biggest thing going in that age in the United States. So it was tested, and they said, oh, it doesn't have petrol. So he said, how did it push for this distance? And Mr. Ford goes, because its name was Ford. So what I'm trying to say here is that Professor Amin's idea was, this is St. Stephen's College. This will give you so much of a push in life. But if you will keep putting more gasoline into the vehicle, you'll enjoy Ford at every turn of your life. So you have to build on yourself constantly. And I'm standing in front of you. I'm going through a reinvention myself. I've moved with 25 years of experience in financial services. Now I'm facilitating other people's business, to running my own business at Hitachi. And this is a very Japanese thing, but many of you may not even know. Hitachi has 31 companies in India, more than 15,000 people, and maybe a $4 billion of revenue. Starting from railway company, doing the Delhi Freight Corridor, the Delhi Metro, the various other metro projects across the country, the bullet train which will get announced next month, to defense and nuclear, to automotive, metals and chemicals manufacturing, to logistics, and huge in the digital space. Hitachi has something called Lumada, which is an IoT platform recognized by Silicon Valley as one of the finest in the world in 2017. Which means that it's like a combination in the American company matrix of GE and IBM coming together. So, learning from this and reinventing when it's required. I was 48 when I got this opportunity. And I've turned 49 now in July, but you know, this was a reinvention for me. And I've been sort of almost airdropped in the middle of a jet stream. Everything is going on, the businesses are going on, and they're very, very varied and very different. And I'm just trying to learn more and more. And when I'm asked to speak to someone else, I'm trying to think which one and what to say. And the last or the final bit is about social evolution. I think when you look at this whole evolution that we are undergoing, it's a balance of continuity and change forever. It's always been like that. But just this time, the word progressive disruption has made the whole thing tilted so much towards change. Everything has been thrown up. Redundancy is so embedded in the shelf life of every thought that is being put that it's just going to die. And this is how education will be. This is how skilling will mean. This is how manufacturing and Make in India and other things will be. We did an interaction with CEOs for Mr. Modi on Monday and Tuesday. And one of the bits that is very important in this is to identify medium-term visibility on what is point infinity. Everything is being checked already. So you don't know where is going to be point infinity, but every time you will keep revising, but have some visibility so that you can make policies, you can have more consistency, remove the tentativeness that automatically comes with the disruption. So there are a whole lot of learnings. Some of them will be relevant to you today. Some of them you can, as I said, reflect upon when you come to different points and different opportunities and different crossroads in life. But it's important to understand that everything is not always going to be smooth. Everything is not this semester improving into the next semester sometimes. Sometimes you have to stay put. In professional life, there is a gap sometimes between capability and recognition. Sometimes recognition takes a while to catch up with capability. You're growing and you're getting a little bit tired of not getting recognized because you want that to come. That is the wealth that you have, really. You've grown, both in your mind and in your contribution. And you have to stay put, hold fort. Everything will happen and newer things will open. And I swear to God, I have never applied either to Hitachi or to Sumitomo or to anything. As Mr. Kevaramani said, I was at the World Bank IMF coming here to make a presentation in 1996 at the finance minister's office, and I see Sumitomo Bank wanting to open up in India, and the chairman and everyone's there to see the finance minister. My job at that time was to present a quarterly report about country economic memorandum. These were 6 years of the Manmohan Singh reform. There were a lot of serious results that were positive. First time to post. And they said, why don't you talk to them? Why don't you share what is going on? And India has really changed. And they invite me for a dinner at the Hyatt Regency in the evening, and then I'm part of Sumitomo Bank after that. And here I've been working with Hitachi for 10 years, just as a soldier of SMBC, Sumitomo Mitsui Bank, working on Delhi-Mumbai corridor and desalination project and solar projects and defense and power, and more recently in education. And something in payments. Hitachi is the biggest payment provider in India, both in cash and non-cash. State Bank of India or anybody, wallets, banks, interoperability, everything is on that back end. So there were things which were coming together. Suddenly, in the last visit to the Prime Minister in November, when the nuclear deal got signed, I'm told that, maybe he's Bharat, he will make India your home. Bharat means India or something. And now here I am at Hitachi. So things have their own way of finding the energy and finding how they reach to you. And everything doesn't have to be planned, even though you have to be very diligent and you have to keep organizing yourself in the smaller and medium term outlook. But the opportunities are really opening, and it's not like this before. I came from a government background. And I went to St. Stephen's College, always thinking that I will join the civil service because that's the thing that you knew. Live in Lodi Estate, take one Sujan Singh Park special, go to St. Stephen's College. The whole thing is just set. Everyone's talking about what the newspaper says, what new books to read. That was the only thing. The whole mindset, your friends, everybody from Bharati Nagar and Rabindra Nagar and all of that, just the same thing. And parents also were encouraging. It's just that at college I got some scholarship to go to a Harvard joint program at that point, and I went and finally went to Northeastern and Harvard's program, did an MBA, and things changed from there. But my interest in India, and I say this to the Japanese all the time, that I'm a good person to be your team member because I'm a very proud Indian. And because I am, thank you. So I'll not just go on. I know this is a very big day. This is your day. I've come here to be part of that celebration, but also to share with you that all of us are standing with you. There is a whole lot of powerhouse in layer 1 and layer 2 and layer 3, which is with you. And this is a momentous day in where it has brought you. This is also a very auspicious day, as I said, of Ganesh Chaturthi. So you couldn't have asked for anything more. Just believe in yourself and go. God bless you.
So do we have your permission to declare the convocation closed? Thank you. I declare the convocation closed. I request all to please rise in their seats for the national anthem.
वो तो पाव होता है जादू कैसे यार ये वीडियो कहाँ डालोगे आप? इंस्टा पे होगी सर? शायद इंस्टा लाइव था यहाँ पे? नहीं, ऐप भी था मैं तो ये कैप पहने हुआ